Welcome to the 55th race on my channel in the Austrian GP, and we're just accumulating our points from our Austrian practice session, and we've done quite well, and we've got second place as I'm now doing pressure sessions and I'm just putting my equipment incorrectly. But we've done 4 sets of tyres, we used 4 sets of tyres in our final sector. Believe it or not, within our final lap on the mediums compared to our best lap on the soft. But anyway, we're getting 6.5 research points for our team, which is quite good. And yeah, hopefully we can continue that form. And yeah, by the way, if you haven't noticed, today is the episode where we get to choose whether we want to beat him or not. And I've made the decision, but I won't tell you until we get onto that. But next up is qualifying, and if I remember correctly, I don't think I've changed the power unit setting. So yeah, I believe I've done that incorrectly, but I'm just reading all about Austria now before we get to the race, and hopefully. And I've got 2 screens up. One's uploading the drive to it, and yeah, it's keep it so that my laptop stays on. I'm playing the Austrian GP, and yeah, I didn't change my power unit setting, so we got odd ones. And let's go to qualifying. Hello there. Right, anyway, Kevin Magnussen setting 16.0, Vettel setting 4.7, Valtteri setting 4.1, and we're going to cross the line for our first lap in anger in this car, and at P6, not too bad ahead of Kevin, but behind Kimi, which is a little bit bad. Our best lap so far is 1 minute 7, you see, so we've got 2 laps to remain at the end of our second lap, and we're P15 at the moment. Where are we going to go? P10, ahead of those racing points. And yeah, here we are for our final lap now of the qualifying session, and we're going to go on board for the whole lap. At the moment we're 30 seconds down, we're going into turn 1. I need to turn off that sun, too much glare. Anyway, with 2 tenths up, going through turn 1, because I had a snack of oversteer, which I'm surprised I haven't put in. Anyway, go for turn 3, turn 3, sorry. Anyway, game 5 points, opens DRS, and we're closing in on Valtteri head. I said closing in weirdly first, but I believe that is Bottas. Yes, no, it's Hamilton. Okay, hopefully we can get the close with 3 tenths up, almost going on the grass, which could have been really bad. Going through turn 5 now. End of sector 2, 4 tenths up, going through turn 6, and then go through the sweeping, not really sweeping, going through the long right hand of turn 7, going through turn 8 now, braking after 50 meter board, going just after the grass starts on the outside, but we're going to come across the line to set our P6 position. Wow, our best qualifying. And by the way, yeah, Austria is so short in lap time that I could go back to the garage after that lap. Technically I couldn't, it allowed me to, which was a bit stupid, but P6, ahead of Max Verstappen, which, if you remember from Azerbaijan, doesn't go well when we're ahead of a Red Bull. Last time we were ahead of a Red Bull, we crashed in the castle section of Azerbaijan, and I lost front wing damage at Canada, and I span out in France. So hopefully we can change that as we go to interviews now. Secret to my qualifying pace: having a great team who work tirelessly to get the best out of the car. No secrets, just I can take what I give. They've worked really hard. No one can fault their effort. I mean, technically you can't fault their effort in this year's GP, to be honest, this year's season, if in IRL, because yeah, they've worked as hard as they can, and it's apparel unit was illegal last year, so that's why they're good this year. That's why they're bad last year and good last year. But yeah, hopefully that can change for next season. But we're going to go up to our level of claim of 7, almost close to level of claim 10 in the teams. So hopefully at the end of this race we should get some points. But for some reason I paused, and when I was talking about how I knew that we didn't take any didn't change our engine stuff. Here's now. I go ahead to this, and I yeah, tried to change my power unit. Doesn't work, and we got some resource points to spend, 893, but we don't spend any because we're already upgrading all 4. But yeah, hopefully we can do well in the race and maybe get our first points.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg, and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship, except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Alexander Albon, the engineer, Norris, Ricciardo, Perez, and Carlos Sainz. Verstappen, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, and Magnussen, Gasly, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Russell, Grosjean, Latifi, and Jordan King. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Anyway, here we are on the grid, back, and just out of points last race. Don't remind me of that horrid race. Yeah, it's P12. Anyway, we're much higher up on the grid than last race, so we should do well, even if we do drop down a couple of positions on the start. But hopefully we don't do that. I've probably just jinxed it now. By the way, I am recording after, so I already know the race result, but I'm just going to pretend that I don't know the race result. But here we are, ready for 5 lights now, as we get ready for lap 1. Engine revs, Albon gets a good start, along with Leclerc, and we get bogged down as we don't release the clutch as soon as we possibly could. So going 3 wide into turn 1 now, but we get ahead of both of them, as Leclerc and Albon are going side by side, going towards turn 2 and 3. Which is going to probably help us if one of them gets slightly ahead, but we don't. None of that happens. But Lando looks like he's going to try and go down our inside at the end of lap 1. And then, but it doesn't work, as Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap, obviously, as he must be in the lead of the race, otherwise he wouldn't set the fastest lap. Going towards the end of lap 2 now, Lewis sets another fastest lap. You naturally go quicker on the second lap than the first lap because you got to have the start on the first lap. But lap 3, Jeff telling us to use our overtake button, which I know too, but I have a strict guideline that I follow, which will change for Britain, so you'll see me with less ERS towards the end of the race. But we're leading our teammate by 8.3 seconds as now that Verstappen goes down our inside and we make contact, so I try to let him through. But Max trying to make it hard, and Jeff then trying to motivate me to try and overtake him again, which is a bit stupid considering I'm in this car, not anywhere near Red Bull, but we're staying close to him until we get on the grass on lap 5, going through technically a kink, but it's called turn 5, but no, going side by side with Lando Norris, but we're trying to keep this position now, but he's got ahead of us and he's a full car length ahead, but using the overtake button, and we're getting alongside Lando, going into turn 8, and we get down the inside, and we make sure that we stay in P7, and yeah, that was a hairy moment for me, not to get ever on the grass again, but Lando's still trying to get past us, but we block him off and he don't make a move, as Nicholas Latifi is now out of the session, and we're on to lap 6 now, as Alex and Max ahead of us, way ahead of us, and now our strategy is open, so we should be pitting anytime soon, and we're on the exit of turn 3 now, and we get a snap of oversteer as Lando gets past. Then now we've got to defend from Sergio Perez, but at this moment I was thinking about overtaking Lando, but we're almost making it 3 wide into turn 4, and then we're on the outside as Perez, so Perez gets a brilliant launch out of the corner, as now Lance Stroll's going down our outside at turn 5, but we're not going to make that happen. We're going to make sure that we stay firmly in the points, and we're going to box this lap, and we've got to watch the delta between me and Lando, see if we've gained or lost during this pit stop, and going through now, 2 seconds, 2.1 I'm going to say, 2.2 I'm going to say, and so we've got to make sure we keep an eye on the delta when Lando comes out of his pit, out the pit lane for his pit stop, as we're going to make a stop now, and to 3.30 seconds, not good, and we're coming out the pit lane now, and watch the delta, I don't show you, but I lose a lot on that lap, due to the fact that I didn't get out of the pit lane quick enough. I went too slow, but going through the laps now, just remember 2.2, that'll probably go to 3.2 due to our pit stop, and maybe even 4.2 due to our pit lane exit, but we're going alongside Norris and Perez ahead of us now, but they're only 2.6 ahead, so we've lost about 5 tenths, which could have been gained in the pit stop or on the exit of the pit lane, so we've lost out to Perez and Lando, so effectively they've overcut us. We could have got ahead of him, but we haven't, and that's because of my stupid throttle trace, but now we've got to defend from Stroll, who's just come out of the pit lane now. He's looking to make a move and take our P11 from us. Sorry, I can't speak. But make sure that we don't lose our position, because this could be very valuable in the fight for a championship. But I was looking at my sponsor goal from this episode 1. Yeah, I only need to complete a season, so I don't know why I'm worrying about points. But you want points in the very first season. I mean, especially when you're in a competitive sport like Formula 1. Our engine is showing signs of wear. Power output will be low. 5 laps of fuel remaining, and we've got 5 laps of racing remaining. And Lando 3.8 seconds, so he's increased the gap, which is annoying. Especially considering that if I didn't have that snap of oversteer, we would have got P7 in this race. I doubt we can close him down. Going on to the end of lap 15 now, to 18, we've lost 4 tenths to our best lap, and seems to have correlated to Lando, 4.1 this gap now. Going through turn 1 a little bit wide there, and car behind Stroll is dropping back by 3 tenths, not too bad. Perez ahead of us, 3.4 seconds. They're on old mediums, 5 laps old, okay. 178, I believe that's quickening this. We're falling back by 1 tenth. Nope, that's not what we want to do. Some reason during the race I thought that was gaining 1 tenth. We go super wide, getting on that curb. Don't want to do that. Get on the yellow sausage curb. It threw me off in practice. I spun round, but I've got 2 laps of fuel remaining. And at this point now, I've realised I should have used overtake more often. and that's going to lead. But we're going to be on board for the whole lap, I believe. Are we? Yeah, we are. And we're going to show you the gap down. It's going down to 3 seconds, and we may be able to catch them. We can see them in our sights, so hopefully they battle. 2.76 now. As we're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer, says Jeff. But we're almost within touching distance of Perez out of that corner. As we're going through braking zone of turn 4 now, we can see the name tag on Perez's car. So if we had pushed a little bit earlier, we could have probably caught up to these dudes. But we probably still can, as we can still see Perez then. 2.3 seconds to Lando it is now. As Bottas sets the fastest lap. But we've run out of deployable energy, and we're not going to be able to catch them anymore. We're going to stay behind by 1.8 seconds. We could have got more points today, but we haven't. We've got to get P9, but it's our first points, so I can't really complain. P9 for our first points. That's a brilliant race.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible...
Clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
What a race. My heart is... What? My heartbeat. Only 89 beats per minute. I've had higher. Anyway. My old breath. We could have caught them, but we didn't. And if we had used more ERS across the whole race, we could have caught them. And that's what's led me to change my ERS for Brun. But we could have caught them. And that's what's going to pain me for the rest of our points, for the rest of our season, if we don't beat AlphaTauri in the championship. Because guess what? We're on 2 points. If we had finished 7th, we would have been on 6 points. Guess how many AlphaTauri are on? 4. If we had just closed in a little bit more on Sergio Perez than that across the whole race, we could have got more points. But that's F1. It's not fair. It's not easy. They're gonna push you. And frankly honest, we shouldn't be anywhere near these points. So the fact that we're really close, it's a amazing feat. But I'm going to show you now. Daniel Kvyat in the AlphaTauri, 4 points. Go over to constructors. AlphaTauri, 4 points. Us on 2 points. I've got nothing in my throat. So dry. I can't speak. Anyway, we beat Antonio Giovinazzi in the rivalry breakdown, so which is quite nice. And yeah, we're beating him in the rivalry so far, and we're gonna get to level 10 acclaim, I believe. Yes, we do, and only just, it's on the line. So we're gonna get that third secondary sponsor, which will be the 4th in total, and we're gonna go with Echo or Neon, because I believe Echo have decided that they want to go for us. So I'm guessing that sponsors only appear if you're on a certain level of acclaim, which I guess makes sense. And damn it, our weight stuff hasn't worked, but we're gonna choose our activities now, and we're gonna go with some power equipment upgrade, I believe. Yep. And we're going to go with visit sponsor headquarters, because that will give us some team acclaim. And I believe we are also going to go for weight training, because it will increase our second driver's pace by 2, which will be quite nice. But we're going to change our driver. We're going to change to the one and only Nebraham Rechia, which on almost everything better than Jordan King. When I was on my spreadsheet, Jordan King was only on 79 pace, but now he's moved up to 80. So, but when we go to the end, match sheet will go up to 81 due to the weight training. So yeah, not too bad. But just looking to the key success right now. But we can't choose how much we give them. We've got set offers, which is annoying because I was going to give him like 2 million. But I can't do that. But so we're going to give him as much as we can, which is 1.62. And very low risk. So he should take it. And he does. Not too bad if I do say so myself. And we are possibly going to renegotiate with him until the end of next season if I don't have enough money to buy another driver. But we're going to change up. We don't get level 10 acclaim because we kicked out King, who was bringing in our the opposite end of the claim due to I can't just carry the team. Although I am doing that in the championship right now. But equipment upgrade, and we're going to do the invitational event because when we were in Vietnam, I skipped the invitational event because I thought it was like the normal ones. Turns out it gives you money and acclaim. I mean, we get 1,000 acclaim. Hopefully got 3 laps to do, and we're at the end of our 3rd lap. 10 seconds remaining. Make that 5, 4, 3, 2. Ran out of fuel at the end, but we get across with about 2 seconds to spare. Not too bad. And by the way, Echo. I thought did I already have him? Did I already have Echo? I thought I only had RGB. That is very confusing. I think it's gone with the sponsors that are on my helmet, that if you race with me on Xbox, it will be on that. So yeah, it makes sense. But we're going to go for an upgrade on the resource point generation on the chassis. And yeah, that makes sense now. Anyway, we're going to look at the gloves that we have acquired due to the leveling up of Podium Pass. As my throat's really dry, so I'm going to take a drink whilst I wait forever for the gloves to load. For some reason, F1, 2020 F1 was working very slowly. May have just been my Xbox, but yeah. Anyway, water is now in my throat. Yeah, so it's not dry anymore. But it doesn't really matter considering we are now at the end of our GP. Money just going everywhere. 3.69 I've lost. And I'm surprised because Nova hasn't got any driver perks yet. But they can't upgrade any of our driver perks because we don't have enough acclaim. It's a bit stupid. But we're going to fast forward now. And we're going to get some acclaim. And now we can get our third sponsor. As we're now getting more resource points from the Sashi. And we are going to check what sponsor we want. Hello. I'm back. I was just doing something for tomorrow. I don't know why I didn't wait till I finished, but probably because I had to do it now. Anyway, we're going to go with either Neon or Echo, because those are the only two that are, I want, and that are still here. So, in the other two would be TriStar and Xenon, but none of them are here. And, well, what one's easier? Achieving 33 points or getting 4th in qualifying? That's literally what Echo and Neon are. But we're gonna go with Echo because that's the one that I want the most. So yeah, a little bit annoying, but we're gonna go with Echo. I mean, it gives us the most points, and I mean, if we ever do get 33 points as a constructor in a race, we can. We're sorted, because we'll get 300k. But then again, if we go with Neon, we just have to get 4th in qualify. I mean, that could have probably been possible in Britain, couldn't it? But we're going with Echo, and now we get to customize our car and make it so that we have the main sponsor as Echo. And I now realise that I should get rid of all the sponsors that I don't want, because that makes sense. So we're going to get rid of Sunburst and the other one. I don't remember what the other one is. I mean, it's some like Japanese writing or something. So we're going to swap Sunburst with Echo and there, and we're going to put Echo here at first, I believe. I know we're going to put nothing there at first, but then realise we've got to fill them all, so we're going to go with Echo, I believe, and then we're going to swap it with, we're going to put Echo here. I'm going to change this to RGB, because I was going to put RGB where Echo is on the nose, but then I realised it's just going to be 2 Echoes, so I decided to put RGB, although I do believe now that it is actually 2 RGBs. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I know that's the point, I was putting Echo because otherwise it'd be 2 RGBs. Anyway, the highlights coming, so I'll see you then at the British Grand Prix, where hopefully I do well, as it is my home circuit and I do tend to favour the high-speed flowing sections. But I did do a test afterwards and it seemed like I was better at Austria. But hopefully we can get some points. I've been Racengineer. Comment your thoughts on our first ever points. Share, like, subscribe, whatever. Join the Discord in the link below. And until next time, I've been Racengineer. Goodbye.